Hi. For the last couple of years, OnePlus has set the market alight with their OnePlus One from an eternity ago all the way to the OnePlus 3T from last year. Every single phone has had an increment here and there, and it's competing with various flagships from that year. And this year, come June, we're going to be seeing the OnePlus 5. Yes, the OnePlus 5 and not the OnePlus 4. So in China, they believe that the number 4 is considered to be unlucky, and where OnePlus is from is China. So they're straight up skipping the OnePlus 4 and moving to the OnePlus 5. Now, last time a company skipped a number, bad things happened. So I hope that doesn't happen with OnePlus. Jokes aside, I think the OnePlus 5 name is more than confirmed, because if you look at the various leaks of the model number of the device, you will see it stated as A5000. And if you recall, the OnePlus 1 was the A1000, the OnePlus 2 was the A2000, the OnePlus 3 was the A3000, and so on. So intuitively, the A5000 means the OnePlus 5. But what can we expect to see from the device? What are its increments, and how is it going to be different from previous models, and how is it going to be compared to the Galaxy S8 or the LG G6? Well, this video is just for that. In terms of actual design, I'm not really sure if OnePlus are going to be changing it up a lot, but the one rumor we have heard is the antenna lines are now going off the back of the phone for a much cleaner look. Although the actual phone will be still made of a unibody metal construction, which I am fine with because there was nothing wrong with it on the OnePlus 3T, and as long as they have the matte black finish, I'm game. But in terms of actual specification increments, I think most of the work will be directed to the camera as well as the display of the smartphone. So let's start off with the camera because it's been in the news for quite a bit. Rumors suggest that it's going to be a 23 megapixel sensor, which means it's going to have a lot of detail, but it also suggests that it's going to be a dual camera setup. So the likes of the LG G6, the Huawei P10, and even the rumored iPhone 8 is supposed to have a dual camera setup. But every single company has a unique way of approaching this kind of setup, whether it's the wide-angle lens on the LG G6 or the monochrome lens on Huawei devices or portrait mode on the iPhone 7 Plus. So I don't know how OnePlus is going to make the experience unique to the OnePlus 5, but trust me on this, they are going to be making it unique some way or the other. On the other hand, in terms of display, let's go back a few years, all the way from the OnePlus 1 to the OnePlus 3T. Every single smartphone or flagship smartphone that OnePlus has made has had a full HD panel. So there has been increments here and there, but it's not the 2K resolution that flagships are providing nowadays. And I think this year will be the year that OnePlus finally switches to a 2K display. And there are a various number of reasons for it. Number one being they can actually afford it. 2K panels are not as expensive as they once were, and with the dash charging technology that they've had built in to the OnePlus 3T, which charges the phone at an insane rate, they can actually afford to have a 2K display on the phone. With a year's worth of work on dash charging as well, it could only have improved. So that's one reason why they could have the 2K display. The other reason is that most manufacturers are actually swaying towards the whole bezel-less approach, which means if OnePlus wants to stick to that trend and want to provide an immersive experience, they should probably stick or change rather to a 2K display as well, because that way consumers won't be missing out on the immersive experience, and the whole bezel-less concept really makes sense because it doesn't quite make sense to have a bezel-less smartphone for a 1080p panel because there's not as much detail on that panel, say compared to a 2K panel on the Galaxy S8 and the Infinity display, for example. And number 3, most importantly, rumors suggest that the OnePlus 5 is going to have a 4000 mAh battery, which again means that the battery could last longer. And if you combine all of those things together, I think the 2K display makes sense. But hold on a minute, if we're going to have the whole bezel-less concept with the whole 2K display and the full display front, where is the fingerprint scanner going to go and where is the 16 megapixel front camera going to go? Well, you could cram in the 16 megapixel front camera, granted, and it could probably have face recognition to solve the problem of not having a fingerprint scanner, but I don't think OnePlus wants to go backwards. So one option could be that the fingerprint scanner could be at the back of the phone, but if you put it at the back of the phone, the renders that have just surfaced don't actually show a fingerprint scanner at the back of the phone, which likely suggests that the fingerprint scanner could be on the display inbuilt. So that would be a major step in terms of technology, and if OnePlus could pull it off, I think they'd be the first company to do it even before Apple. So big burn towards Apple, and I think OnePlus has the guts to do it. But enough about all of the hardware talk, let's move a bit to the software. I think that Android is a bit of a no-brainer, and it would probably be the latest version of Android when the phone releases, so either Android Nougat or Android O, whatever they call it, and it would have a skin on top, which would be Oxygen OS. Most probably. I think the software optimization on the OnePlus 3 was fabulous, and if they could bring that to the OnePlus 5, I think everyone would be happy. Combine that with the Snapdragon 835 processor that the OnePlus 5 is rumored to equip and 6GB of RAM, you could be looking at a powerhouse of a phone with unrivaled performance. And for kicks and giggles, I think OnePlus might even throw in 8GB of RAM because they're a company that doesn't hold back, and why not? So with that, we've covered the design, we've covered the specifications, we've covered the software, and we've covered the camera. But one thing that we haven't yet discussed is the pricing. I think when OnePlus was introduced back in the day, the one thing that they were known for was their price. So how are they going to be able to cram all of the best technology available till date into a phone that's going to be performing at an insane rate, but still charge half the price of a flagship smartphone? I think over the years, OnePlus is slowly and steadily increasing the price of their phone, and if the trend continues, we might be seeing a $550 or let's say a $500 to be more optimistic OnePlus 5, so that it matches the 5 moniker and the 500. I don't know, that's something I just thought of on the spot. But yeah, let me know if you are going to be buying the OnePlus 5, whether it's priced at flagship level or if it's priced at budget level, because I think the OnePlus series has offered some tremendous performance, and I think that competitors should be able to learn from how they optimize the various software and hardware aspects of things to provide that real and genuine Android experience, which I am a fan of. And whenever it comes out, I think it's going to be out sometime in June. I think it's going to be a killer of a smartphone, and I can't wait for it. Let me know what you guys think about all of these specifications and leaks in the comments down below, and let me know what you expect from the OnePlus 5 and whether you're planning to pick one up. I'll see you in the next one. Adios. And thanks for watching. Adios.